So we did this investigation at a private residence in Lake Ozark, and I want to show a couple of these little things right here. These are some of the photos she's sent us, and this is one of these things that was hanging on these doors, and there was two of these. This is one of them, and then this is the other one. This is on the door outside. This is that double door. Remember, outside?
Mm.
It was inside in the kitchen, but you swing it open and it's outside.
Okay.
And the other thing was behind both of these things on the doors was this.
Wow.
She sent me and Lorene these pictures of this writing, and I'm familiar enough with biblical studies that I know Hebrew when I see it. I don't know how to read it, but I know what it looks like. So as soon as I saw that, I knew that was Hebrew. I got into contact with this guy. He's a Jewish rabbi in Springfield. Asked him if he had any idea what this was. He asked me to blow it up for him because he couldn't really see it. So I had to blow it up to get this. He sent me a message back saying, he said it looks like an old Hebrew prayer, and he was telling me about the words. They read from right to left, whereas in English we read from left to right. So, but he was telling me, all these Yiddish words, what the words meant, Yiddish, old Hebrew, and he said it's an old Hebrew prayer, and he explained to me. He said, he said Jews do not believe in ghosts the same way we do. They believe if they do experience anything paranormal, it's a demon. They don't explain it as a ghost. They explain it as a demon. And he says that whoever did this, and also the Hebrew symbols that were on those metal pieces that were nailed to the doors, he said whoever designed those was trying to keep out a demon, because that's what they thought they had.
Right.
We set up camera one in the big, huge den by that table where you were sitting.
Yeah.
It was aimed towards the
kitchen and
doorway.
the stairwell.
It also caught that stairwell right there. What it did not catch was the door going outside and the door to the bedroom over here, the back door. Anyway, we put camera one there. Camera two was upstairs in that loft bedroom that was so hot.
Oh, the oven?
Yeah, the oven. And camera three was in that other side bedroom. Camera four was in the big, huge master bedroom. Camera five we put downstairs at the bottom of the stairs looking up. Camera six we put outside the front door in front of the kitchen, aimed out at the parking lot and towards that grave that was out there. Camera seven we put at the back in the by the back door where that air conditioning unit was that controls the air and heat. And then camera eight, there was 3 buildings out there. One of them I think is a restroom. The other 2 are supposedly guest houses. And we only had 1 camera left, so we decided I put the camera 8 in that one of those guest houses, but I did have another camera to put in the other guest house. Okay, so the very first thing, this is where I'm explaining our cardinal rule to Isaiah. Okay, I wanted to let you know something before you go any further. I don't know if Lorene told you this or not, but one of our rules is that no one goes anywhere alone.
No one goes anywhere alone.
Everybody goes in pairs.
Okay.
Everybody goes in pairs. If there's 3 of us, we stick together as 3.
All right.
Nobody separates by themselves.
All right.
Everybody has to keep in pairs.
Except for me.
Except for you, because you're watching the monitor, but
Right.
that's a totally different thing.
Right.
And this is the second part of it. Have you told everybody the primary cardinal rule? Nobody goes anywhere alone.
Oh, yep,
Yes.
yep.
I don't think I'd want to anyways.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do like a certain group does.
It's a good thing, because I tell you what, I wouldn't let you lock me up in a room.
This smells great, Grandma.
Anyway, I had to do that because one of the things I noticed as soon as we got all the cameras done and we were trying to get everything ready to go, get started, I already was noticing that he was going off in the den by himself. He'd go up the stairs, he'd come back down, and I'm like, what is he doing? And I'm like, he can't be doing that. So I had to let him know what the cardinal rule was.
Right.
Okay, we're going to do the debunking stuff first. So I only include this video to show what a whole lot of dust can look like. I've got it sped up so it's like a time lapse, but I've sped up the time so it goes through it real quick. And you can see all this dust just shooting through the frame all over the place. And primarily because you got this vent right up here in the ceiling that's shooting the heat down, and it's blowing that dust everywhere. And I figured doing a time lapse and speeding it up just helps to see it better. Okay, this is where you said you had seen what you thought looked like a figure outside.
Man, I can't wait until you go through the camera that's outside in front.
Really?
Yeah, I've already had it. It looked like a figure.
Ted was saying he thought he'd seen a figure, so let me know if you get any hits.
Let me show you something real quick
What?
on this one camera. The one that's out there by the car. Watch the cord right here. You see what looks maybe a rock or something right there, a big one? There's a figure. There was like a figure on there, and then it stepped off, and as soon as it was stepping off, it disappeared.
Really?
Yep,
How long ago?
quite a bit. I'm gonna say at least 10 minutes, maybe longer.
10 minutes ago. That's what gave me the clue of where to look in the camera.
What time to look, right?
Right. I went back and I looked into the video of camera 6 outside. So what I did, I went to camera 6. This is the rock I guess you were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't see any figure. I don't see any figure, but what I do see is the camera pixelating. You see how everything's doing this? Like, it does. The cameras do that when it's cold weather, like they're trying to adjust to the cold. We saw this in that investigation at our other client's house. When we had that one camera sitting outside in her backyard, it did that. It pixelated real bad. And I didn't see anything, any kind of figure over here or anything. But what I do see is the pixelation, and the pixelation makes it look like there's a figure standing there, but it's actually not. So basically what you've got here is pareidolia because the camera's pixelating so bad. And I went through 30-40 minutes of camera 6 trying to figure out exactly where it was you saw it, and I didn't see nothing, so pretty much debunked that. Okay, this one right here, you guys did not see this. I saw this when I was going through the video, but when I was going through this particular clip right here, I saw what looked like either eyes or a head, something moving past the door. I think it's a car's headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the only thing I regret is that I didn't keep the video from camera 7 outside, because it actually caught the car going across. I could have used that to back it up, but
Right.
it didn't occur to me to keep that. Okay, that's all the debunking stuff. So now we're moving into the stuff we can't explain. I've got tons and tons of clips of this where we've got these unexplained noises that we don't know what this is. And I'm only going to go through one or two of these because we don't have much time. And this is at 7:15. Now, when we were doing the blooper reel, you noticed that in camera 1 when we had the big thing where I left the coffee at home.
Oh, yeah.
And during that clip, the timestamp tells you it's like 7:15, and then when you see Isaiah come through the kitchen, it's 7:20. So it tells me all I needed to know by using that blooper reel clip, because that tells me. See, I had already gotten onto Isaiah for going off by himself,
Right.
because you can actually produce sounds, and the rest of us don't know what's going on.
Right.
When I first saw this clip, I thought it was him. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's another one. Okay. At 7:19. You hear all these clicking noises?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like footsteps, right? Sounds like somebody trying to whistle, although very badly.
Yeah.
They're not really succeeding at it. And when I first saw that, I thought, that's got to be Isaiah trying to mess with us or something.
Right.
So I went back to that blooper reel clip, and that's when I realized it wasn't Isaiah. He was actually in the kitchen with the rest of us. There's 7:18. You skip forward. 7:19, 30 seconds is when that noise happens. This is the full 10-minute clip
Right.
from camera one. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead because it's not till 7:20 or 21. Yeah, you hear us all in there talking, because that's the coffee blooper reel.
There's
Here he comes.
Yeah.
7:21. He comes through there. If you go back and watch the full video, you'll see. I just don't have time to show it all on here. But yeah, he was not up there. He was down there in the kitchen with us. And he doesn't come out of the kitchen until 7:21. That staircase is the only way up there to get up there. So he would have had to come through here and go up or come down
Right.
for me to see him to say he was the one producing the sound. And
Right.
It's not. So we know that's not him. We had an unknown noise in this bedroom. It kind of startled Lorene a little bit. She just heard something right there.
Did you just do that? Did you just do that?
Right there. See how she stops?
So did Kylie.
Yeah.
If you notice when it did that, Kylie kind of picked her head up a little bit.
Yeah.
See her kind of.
Yeah.
Did you just do that?
We didn't get no response. This one, I'm at a loss. I don't know how to explain this. This is camera 6, shooting outside into the parking lot where our cars are. And you're going to notice, watch the time stamp right here. Not the date, just the time. I don't know what's going on here, but you're going to see the time just suddenly jump for no reason. And I don't know what's going on with the timestamp. 11:17.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if
Watch,
that's.
it's going to do it again. It does it a couple times in this video.
Wonder if that's when the screen goes black.
See, right there.
Yeah. Right there. I wonder if that's
Now,
when
I
the
want you
screen
to pay-
goes black.
One thing I want you to pay attention to You never saw me cross in front of the camera, right?
No.
I did. I know I did. I walked in front of that camera when I walked out to my car.
Is that your car starting up?
Yeah, that's my car you hear starting up. I'm going out to my car to smoke a cigarette.
Right.
But for some reason, the camera, the time, not only does the time jump, the whole video jumps. So I don't know what's causing it to do that, for the whole video to just skip
Right.
ahead.
Now, will it do it when it turns black? You know how my screen turns black when I'm watching it?
It actually did. I'll show you that here in a minute, or in a few minutes. It's just so weird to me the way this does this, where it's, you just heard me talking, and
Yeah.
it cut the audio off. Because I was talking to myself walking out there. So I know it skipped several seconds of video,
Yeah, it did.
and you hear me coming back inside. I walked
Yeah, I
in
didn't
front of
see
the,
you come.
I walked in front of the camera coming back inside. I forgot my jacket. I had to go back inside, grab my jacket, come back out. I don't know what's the deal is.
And
And
then
then
no
the camera,
signal.
and then the camera cuts out. Now, this comes into play when we get to another clip later. Heavens to Murgatroyd. You may, I don't know, but you might need the headphones for this. But it sounds like a child. I mean, 12:36:52. See how the time keeps jumping?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear that? I can't. You may need the headphones. Yeah. At 12:36:52, you hear this voice. It almost, to me, sounds like a child humming, like it's going, doing something weird. You hear that? Is that funky?
It kind of sounded like there was a little bit of giggling too.
Really?
Yeah.
I must have missed that. I
Very
don't remember hearing that.
faint. Very faint.
talking about that?
No, not that.
That's Ted. Yeah.
It's not that. It sounded like the same voice, kind of giggling. Very, very faint.
Okay. You're gonna hear what sounds like a child humming, or at least what it sounds like to me. You hear this, and it keeps going, and the time keeps jumping forward. You hear it?
I could hear it. I could hear something like humming
Mm-hmm.
over somebody's voices.
The voices you're hearing, that's us in the kitchen.
Is that us?
Behind
Okay.
the camera. That's us in the kitchen behind the camera. And then you hear the door creak.
I just heard that.
We're
Oh,
all,
is that you?
We're all in the
But
kitchen.
not me. My
We're all
child.
in the kitchen. And I remember distinctly we had slammed that door shut. But here you hear it creak.
Yeah.
That's just one of the many noises these cameras kept catching. Okay. I had put camera 8 outside in that guest house.
This is where the camera moves.
Right. This is the first time the camera moves. If you blink, you'll miss it. You have to watch the way the video is framed and watch how you'll see a shift right there. This is at 4:56 in the morning. You'll notice there's a teeny tiny little shift in the video frame.
Oh,
You
I
see
seen
that?
it. Yeah.
Y'all left at like, what, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was dead asleep, so none of us actually saw this when it happens. Camera moves again, a little after 7 in the morning. See the little shift right there. And there's one thing in particular, once we get through all these videos of the camera moving, there's one thing you'll notice, and I'm going to point it out here in a minute. Here it goes again, 7:52.
Wow.
When it moves, big time move. But I don't know if you noticed it or not, but all the other clips of the camera moving, the camera moved up. So when it moves violently, it moves down. That's telling me, okay, this is not just the camera shifting in the zip
Right.
ties. Something's actually messing with this camera. Because it can't, if it's just shifting in the zip ties, it would only move in one direction, down.
Right.
Let's see. One possible spirit orb. This is upstairs in that bedroom
Yeah.
right here. You see that?
Yep.
I've got it repeated. It just moves so fast. It just tells, just the speed of it alone tells me it can't be dust. And then we got this one on the stairs. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
straight up.
Straight up.
Straight
And
up.
notice the sound. The sound you're hearing, that the reason why we can't hear no EVPs out of this camera, it's directly underneath that vent.
Right, and the
And
vent's
the
blowing
vent's
down.
blowing down. How can it be dust?
Right,
It goes straight
right.
up. Right.
Against the airflow. That's one of the things we look for. Okay, Lorene had mentioned that when they had went out to the grave outside, they had heard these wind chimes. So when they come back in, she's telling you, I'm upstairs doing something else. Oh wait, I can't remember if I was with y'all or not
No.
when we did that.
When
I
you
might have been
guys
upstairs.
took off that way. Of course, the screen went black when y'all first went out there for a long time.
Wow.
And then when it popped up and showed you guys, You was quite a bit, you was probably out there in the grass part, if that's grass or whatever that is.
Well, no, we were out there and could hear chimes.
Really?
And I know there's some homes up there.
Right.
But then it quit. But then the wind started picking up again and there were no chimes.
Really?
So if it was someone who had chimes hanging up over there, they would have been going again.
Right.
Right, because the wind was blowing real bad that night.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was somebody's actual wind chimes on their house or something,
It would have kept going.
the sound would have kept going. Well, we did actually catch your wind chimes. This is from camera 6, pointed outside. And you're going to see you. There's you and Kylie, I guess, out there in the grave. You can see your flashlight moving around.
Yep, I hear him.
You. That's the only time the whole night that camera caught any wind chimes. Was the one time when y'all said y'all heard them. Okay, I'm gonna cut that short. Okay, we do have what I believe to be an EVP. This is camera 3 upstairs in that bedroom.
I heard
You
that.
hear that?
Sound like a cat almost. That's a good one there. That can hear that good.
Whoa!
But you know what's funny? Or I shouldn't say funny. What's strange? None of the other cameras caught that.
Wow.
It does not appear in none of the other cameras. Okay, this is another EVP that we got. Also, camera 3 bedroom. You're going to hear something, a direct answer to the question. 10:44 and 53 seconds is when it shows up. Talk to us. Right there. 10:44:53. You're going to hear a whispery voice saying yes. It's a direct answer to my question because I'm asking, can you talk to us? Talk to us. And we suddenly hear this little voice say yes.
Oh, yep.
You heard it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's real soft.
Mm-hmm. You can talk to us. Did you hear
I
it?
heard that.
Okay.
Really faint, but I
Yes,
heard that.
yep.
Okay, we were getting some K2 hits. This is the video from the camcorder
In the
kitchen.
It's going off again.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
I got it on camera this time.
Oh wait, that was her. That was Lorene's camera camera on her phone. I was thinking it was the camcorder. K2 hits in the kitchen next to the walkie-talkies that are sitting there.
I mean, wait.
For the record, it is 2:57, almost the witching hour. We managed to get the K2 going off.
Oh.
She's not paying any attention though. She's
Yep.
We're all sitting there talking. Nobody's even paying attention, but the K2's going off.
You able to handle work
Yeah.
today? Okay.
Okay, it's basically the same. And when anybody looks over to it, it's too late because it's
Right,
stopped.
stops, right.
Thermometer except This one has a laser pointer.
But you had the camcorder right on it, so.
Right. So the camcorder is able to catch it. That's the temperature you're getting. So, unlike the other one, which measures the actual air around it, this one measures what you're actually hitting. That's the only thing I
Touch the window.
Okay, I was getting these EMF hits up in that loft bedroom. I got a blip there for a second. I don't know what I was getting because it disappeared. It's gone. Oh, look, all right, let's get past that. And this is the best I got all night. This is the EMF hits that I was getting in that master bedroom. I was getting them in that same spot right there, in between the bed's here and the wall is here, and I was getting them in between the bed and the wall. But I never could track anything. It would make my EMF meter go off and then it would disappear. So I never could figure out what it was. I'm getting some blips up here in this bedroom on my EMF detector. Lorraine has the K2. But anyway, I radioed down to you to let you know that I was getting these EMF hits. And then you radioed back saying you were getting K2 hits down in that bedroom down there. Unfortunately, none of us thought to get any video of it. I got a whole lot of EMF hits in that bedroom, plus you brought your K2 in there later on too.
What about when the walkie-talkies were going off?
I've got that on here too.
Wasn't you talking about the man that's going off good there?
I know.
Wasn't you talking about the walkie-talkies kind of going off?
Yeah.
Got one?
Yeah. I think it happened twice.
It actually happened several times. The walkie-talkie going off?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
Because I think it was the one that I left over by the monitors
Mm-hmm.
that was keying or something.
Yeah, because we were in the
kitchen. Yeah, all of us.
Yep.
Okay. We'll start with this one. This is all the times that something was messing with the walkie-talkies. This is the first time you said something about it. Or anybody noticed it, I mean. Right there. You're getting dead in the kitchen. I heard that. This is camera 5 looking upstairs. Okay. This is at 2:24 in the morning. You can hear us in there going, is anybody hear that?
Right?
Because you had left your walkie-talkie sitting out there by the monitor while you were in the kitchen with us.
Yeah, taking a break, yeah.
Yeah. This is at 3:24 in the morning.
Still the walkie-talkie?
Yep.
You know, my radio just did that again.
See, this time you were sitting there at
I was sitting there,
the
yeah.
table when it happened.
I said this radio did that again.
I didn't use a walkie-talkie to tell you that.
Yeah.
I just
That's because me and Lorraine were standing at the door getting ready to go out to the grave again. And I had the camcorder running. So I've actually got camcorder video of this.
Oh, is it going off?
Yeah. Well, you letting us know that you.
Oh.
Okay, it is 3:25 a.m. We're going to go out here one more time with the night vision camcorder. And let me see here. I got to set the night vision on this damn thing.
What did you say?
There we go.
Oh, it did it again.
The radio just did that again? Wow. Okay, well at least you're there with the camera, so it caught, we know it caught it, so.
Yeah.
Right. That is awesome.
We're going to go out here and visit the grave one more.
Okay, I want you to pay close attention to this one right here. Okay, this is the video I just showed you where you were telling us that the radio did that again. But I'm gonna fast forward to the next part after that, where me and Lorraine are heading outside.
Oh, it did it again.
The radio just did that again? Wow. Okay, well at least you're there with the camera, so it caught. We know it caught it, so.
Yeah. Dang.
I want you to pay attention to both the video and the audio. Keep track of what's going on in the video. Keep track of everything that you hear. I'm going to show you something weird that happened in camera 6. Walk by the cars so I can see you guys. You walk in front of the cars. I kind of aim the camcorder at the camera and do this to mess with it. That's where I'm trying to mess with you. What I didn't realize is you did not see that. You did not see that happen.
That's right there, yeah.
You didn't see none of that. The timestamp jumped ahead in camera 6.
Really?
None of this got recorded in camera 6 because the timestamp jumped forward. The whole video jumped forward, and I don't know why.
Okay, yeah.
Here's
Would that be a glitch in our camera, or?
I don't know. Here's camera 6. This is what camera 6 caught. Keep in mind all the video and audio you just saw and heard.
Right.
3:24 a.m. We're coming out the door.
You can see it jumping in time.
What did you say?
Set my radio. Just did that again.
Yeah.
Oh, it did it again. Yep. Yep.
Okay, well at least you're there with the camera, so we know it caught it. So.
Yeah. Dang.
We're gonna go out here and visit the grave one more time.
Walk towards our car so I can see you guys.
It totally skipped all that video.
Okay.
So now you see us walk out to the grave.
I wonder how much stuff we missed by that.
I don't know. So
And does that, have you ever noticed that in other investigations that we've done?
Mm-mm. Okay. This one, I'm at a loss. I don't know how to explain this. See that right there? Now, I included this for a reason, so I'll tell you what's going on here. First, you see that mist go by, then it loses signal. It loses signal for a full 5 minutes.
Choo.
I included this over here to show what's going on during that 5 minutes while the other cameras cut
I
off.
remember it going. I remember it going for a long time.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip forward to where the video picks back up. I had to match up the timestamps on this just to sync these two cameras up.
Dang.
Okay. It finally picks up, and watch this.
Which one are we watching?
This one over here.
Okay.
Camera 6 outside. It blinks out again, then it comes back on. It blinks off again, comes back on. Now watch.
Oh, yeah.
See
I
that?
remember you.
Wow,
I remember
yeah,
you
yeah.
showing us that.
Let me go ahead and explain what you saw right there let me explain what's going on in that video, though. Okay, you notice how the camera cuts off and it says no signal, and then the no signal disappears. What happened was camera 6 pointed outside, it lost its signal. When it loses signal, it's got a constant feed of energy coming through. So usually it comes back on. What that tells me, because it did not come back on, is that it somehow lost that constant feed of energy coming from the plug. Something was pulling a massive amount of energy from that camera for it to go black for 5 minutes like
Right.
that. And once the camera, when it loses signal, it's not that it stops recording, it just goes black, but it keeps recording and then it comes back on. It actually stopped recording
Right.
because it totally lost its power. And it didn't pick back up until 5 minutes later, then it comes back on and it's recording again. And when you're going through these video clips, they're in typically 10-minute segments, but if the camera goes black and it says no signal, it shuts off right there and then it takes up after the signal comes back. So it starts recording again as soon as the signal comes back on. This tells me it lost signal for a total of 5 minutes, and then the no signal goes off.
Right.
Something pulled a massive amount of
Right,
energy from
right.
that camera.